Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. It's time for another payday prep. First, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a few seconds to show you how beautiful a day it is. And I want to also let you know that although prepping is part of my lifestyle, it's something that I do on a continual basis. I want you to know that you have to take a little bit of time off every now and then to enjoy the good stuff. Don't consume yourself with prepping. Prepping is a tool that you use in order to help yourself and your family get through hard times. But what good is it getting through those hard times if you don't take time to enjoy the good times? So I hope you guys have a great day today. I hope you're having a beautiful day like I am here. And I hope that you take a little time off to enjoy the good things and see the beauty in everything. Hello everyone and welcome. As you can see, we have another payday prep, and I've got a variety of things that I got. Some things that you've already seen, but I thought I'd show you anyways in case some of you missed that episode where I was going through the cost savings that you may have if you do some of your own storage of your own dried goods. So the first thing that I want to start with is something that I think we should all have an abundance of in case they become unavailable in the future. Many of you saw my last payday prep where I got a whole bunch of jars and lids that I can use in the future to put things away, either pressure can them or dry can them. Well, one of the things that I believe that makes dry canning a success is using oxygen absorbers. I ended up getting a few packs of oxygen absorbers today, and as you can see, this one right here are 500cc oxygen absorbers, and they come in 105 piece packs. I ended up getting 2 of them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, oxygen absorbers, the way I consider them is they mitigate your dry canned items from going bad. They mitigate them going bad. And why do I say that? Because if you dry can an item, either using the oven method or just dry canning them with a food saver attachment, it should be fine because the item is already extremely dry and there's not much oxidation that will occur if you evacuate the air inside of that jar using a food saver attachment, let's say. However, putting that oxygen absorber in there is going to take care of any oxygen that's in there that's left over. I guess you can call it residual oxygen that's left over after you suck out as much air as you can and increase the lifespan of that food that you're putting away via dry canning. So I think it's very important that we stock up on oxygen absorbers, especially now that they're still available and really inexpensive, to tell you the truth. In addition to the 210 pieces that I got that are 500 cc's, I went ahead and got 4 packs of 250 100 cc oxygen absorbers. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because these are very versatile. The smallest oxygen absorber that I use is normally a 50 cc oxygen absorber, but 100 cc in its place will only make it better. All right. And as I found out in one of my previous experiments, I guess you can say, or projects, is that the 100cc oxygen absorber was actually good, still good to use after I used it once, and it still had enough capacity to reseal that jar that I had used it on. So when you open a jar of something that had an oxygen absorber in them, check and see if that oxygen absorber still feels powdery. If it does, and if it generates a little bit of heat, it means that it's still good. All right, the second thing that I got, as you all know, from one of my last videos, I ended up getting 8 of these chopped onions that are already dried, dehydrated from Costco. And as I told you on that video that I did, where I told you don't buy anything from emergency food companies until you see this video, those 8 containers of onions is equivalent to 4 of the number 10 cans that Oxen Farms sells. Let me go ahead and tell you a quick story, ladies and gentlemen. I was at Costco the last time I was there, and there are these big olives that Mrs. Alaska Prepper likes. The last time we bought them in the pack of 2, they were about, I think it was $8 or $9 for a pack of 2. Last time I was at Costco, those exact same olives in a pack of 2 were $18. So I'm glad that I stocked up on olives, because we do use them here on a regular basis, and they literally went up at least 100% in price from the last time I purchased them a few months ago to today. All right, another thing that I got. I went ahead and took advantage of the sale that they had on Oxen Farms bell peppers on Amazon. This, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is a great deal. You get a lot of bang for your buck when you buy this product. Now, if you can do it yourself, even better. But I just feel that buying this product, well, one of my jars just popped. I've got a jar out here that's got a lid on it, and it's getting a little warm outside, and it just popped. So anyways, this is a great bargain, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I could not do this myself right now for the price that I pay for these. So if you guys are looking for these, by all means, I do believe they are still on sale on Amazon. I would definitely pick up a couple of them. And what you see there, ladies and gentlemen, is black peppercorn. I was going through my spices in my pantry, and I noticed that I have some black peppercorn put away, but I don't really have that much. I found these at a great price. Now, I'm not sure how much you guys pay for these in your area of the country or the world, but black peppercorn here for a pound is a lot more than $5. I would put it at about $8 to $10 for a pound of black peppercorn here in this area. I was able to buy 10 pounds of black peppercorn for $5 a pound. So I went ahead and picked those up. Those are not made, but grown. They're a product of Vietnam. So let me know if we make peppercorns here, or if we grow peppercorns in the U.S. I have no idea whether we do or not, but I noticed they're a product of Vietnam, and usually Vietnam or India, they put out pretty good spices. So I'm going to go ahead and open these up, and I'm going to go ahead and dry can them in mason jars so that they can last for long term. Here's another spice that I was looking at that I don't have that much of. And then again, I don't use it that often, so I consider this bag right here, it's a 1 pound bag of whole cloves. I think this bag right here will also last me for decades, because whenever I do use cloves, it's only 1 or 2 at a time. It's never a lot, because it's one of those spices that has a lot of flavor. So I went ahead and got one of these because I'm actually running a little bit low. And this is actually the only spice that I have that I don't have in bulk. Well, that's a lie. All right, I misspoke. This is one of 2 spices that I have that I don't have in bulk. So I figure I'd bulk up with that and get some whole cloves. I'm going to go ahead and dry can them just like the peppercorn so that they can go away for long-term storage. Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I got some anise seed, and that's what I usually use whenever I make my avena or whenever I make my rice pudding. This gives those 2 things a great flavor, and as far as I'm concerned, I just would not enjoy those 2 things as much if they did not have anise seeds. So this is a great spice also to put back. Hey, if you guys know what else you use anise for, let me know in the comments. All right, but this is a great spice, and I figure I better get some of these things now that I don't have in bulk, just in case, because I think that some of these things may be going up in price an awful lot. Another thing I wanted to show you is I got an additional 4 cans of Oxen Farms tomato powder. Why? Because they were at a great price, under $21 for a can. But I want to show you something. If you can see that can, you'll see that it's got a dent on the seal, and it actually broke the seal. You can see a little bit of tomato powder on top. Every single can of tomato powder that I received was like this or worse. So I am going to end up having to open all of them and repackage them in a quart jar, or maybe I'll go get some half-gallon jars to do that. But what I want to tell you is this, ladies and gentlemen. I called Amazon about this, and I've seen some comments in the past where people have received food stuff like this, like tomato powder or something that comes in a number 10 can that's damaged, and instead of calling Amazon, they just used the food stuff up. I feel bad whenever I get a package like this in the mail that is damaged, because I know that Amazon will not take this package as a returned item, meaning that they won't allow you to ship it back to them, so that you can either receive a new package of the same item or so that you can get a refund. What they normally do, and what they have done in every instance that this has happened with me, is that they have refunded me the money and allowed me to keep the product. And in all honesty, I feel bad about that, because I want my money back, because I didn't get the product that I purchased. You know, the cans came in all dented, and they cannot go into long-term storage as they are. I also feel bad because they're losing money and they're a business. It's like, for example, I want Costco in Fairbanks to succeed. Why? Because I like shopping there. I find good deals there all the time, and I like shopping there. So I don't want them to lose money. I don't want them to go out of business. Now, I'm not saying that Amazon is going to go out of business because they had to refund me this money, but I really would rather pay for it and not get a refund and be able to get the product the way that it's supposed to be delivered to my door. So I just want to let you know that if you do receive damaged goods from Amazon, like food stuff like this, make sure you call them or contact them, and more than likely they will replace the product, or they will give you a refund and allow you to keep that product. Now, what I'm going to do with one of these cans of tomato powder, in order to make myself feel a little better about keeping it, is I'm going to gift one of them away. But the rest I will be repackaging in mason jars and an oxygen absorber to put away for long term. Now, the last thing that I got, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to show you all is some chicken bouillon. I think this is a great deal. I will definitely be repackaging this, not because it's damaged, but because it came in a plastic container with a paper seal. So I will definitely be repackaging this, dry canning it for long-term use. What you're looking at there will yield 75 gallons of chicken broth. Right? It's 7.9 pounds, and I do believe that was only like $12 or $13, which in my opinion is a great deal for that much chicken broth. And chicken broth or beef broth is so versatile. You can use it in so many ways that I believe is one of the things that you really want to add to your pantry in order to add flavor to your foods later on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is all I got for this payday prep. I think this is a really good payday prep because now I don't have to worry about a few items for a very long time. As you can see, almost everything I got here, if not everything, is an item that can be stored for long term. So now I don't have to worry about black peppercorns. Now I don't have to worry about whole cloves. Once I package those and put them away, I will just continue to use what I normally use and buy what I normally buy to keep my working pantry stocked and not have to worry about ever having to put any of this away for long term. I truly believe that these spices that you see here, including the onions and the peppers, will last decades if properly stored and, of course, properly packaged. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it most of all. Right? I hope that you guys are taking the time to look at your pantry to see if you have any gaps in them and filling those gaps. And like I told you in the beginning of the video, ladies and gentlemen, take some time to smell the roses. Take some time to look around. Take some time to spend with your family and love on them, because that is why we prep. We prep so that we can enjoy life in times that are maybe a little more difficult, but that will make them easier for us because we have the forethought and the discipline to prepare for the times ahead. So I hope you guys have a great weekend this weekend. It's a beautiful day out here. I'm going to be spending it in the yard doing a little yard work. And I'm going to definitely enjoy being out in the sun. It's been raining for like the last week straight. Having said that, remember to be good to each other, because when good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I am out. Pebbles. Pebbles. You want to say hi? Say hello. What are you whining about? Huh? Say hello. Say, look how big I'm getting. What was that? Are you saying hi?